everybody, and welcome to a Halloween video, which I don't know if this is going to be the first video out on our channel or not. I feel like every one of our videos is going to say us, or have us saying like, this is the first video out in a long time or something, but we are all just working our little butts off trying to get videos out and actually recorded and make sure that we're consistent. So this is sort of an update video along with just fun for Halloween. I have a fun little drawing. I always try to do holiday related drawings of my main character, the author. Sometimes it's a little different, like for Easter last year I drew, it was supposed to be the author, but she turned out body-wise quite different from how the author is supposed to look, so just ended up doing a different character as the spirit of Easter. So just some channel updates. Watch out for new videos coming out very soon. That is our goal, is to have lots of new videos. We should be within the next week, even if maybe tonight or tomorrow. We should have a Phasmophobia video out. We have been recording that. Some Among Us, which I hope the Among Us hype hasn't left yet. I know Fall Guys hype left, and we have recordings of that, so we'll see what the fuck happens. But as for speed paints, those are stockpiled. We have a lot of art coming to the channel, and by we, I mean me. I have been, in my opinion, improving my art quite a lot. Kind of moving forward how the channel's going to look. We have this channel, we have a second channel for more serious or less fun content. It is called Misunderstood. Not as in Miss M-I-S-S, but Miss, just literally the word misunderstood. And we have one video out on it right now talking about, which is a video I made, talking about Cryotic and the somewhat scandal surrounding him, and my own little take on it that I thought was a bit interesting. I also have some art stuff that I plan to release on that channel. That is not a main channel, but I do suggest, if you are interested in a more serious take of Yawny Games, to go and check that channel out. Because I'm not the only one who's going to be uploading there, although it's possible I'm the only one who's going to upload there, because I have more serious stuff. I don't know if Mike and Goose do. But yeah, what you're seeing here is like a spooky ghost version of the author. It is one of my most recent drawings. Actually, like the most recent finished drawing I have, basically. It was not a commission. For anyone who might be new to the channel, I do commissions. Hello. Don't know how you got here. Welcome. I do commissions online for pretty much anyone who contacts me, and I will draw pretty much anything. I do a lot of D&D characters, so if you have a D&D character you would like a commission for, or just an art piece in general, I do character design. I'm not as good with backgrounds, although I have been working at that. This was a pretty fun background because I didn't have to make something semi-realistic. It was just, I had an idea in my mind that I wanted her to be in like a circle that looked like a frame, sort of like it was a haunted picture. And honestly, this drawing was at a whim. I really didn't know what kind of Halloween drawing I was going to do. I knew I had to do one because I did one last year, and I want to use the Halloween drawings as sort of landmarks for myself, so we can go back and look at, by we I mean me, but you guys too, if you would like to, go look at the Halloween drawing from last year, where I did, I believe, a Michael Myers, like, smut read over with Tristan. You can mute it. Or, just take my word for it. This video and this drawing itself was pretty much a lot better than the first one. I was experimenting with backgrounds for the first time on that drawing, whereas this one I have a bit more experience now, and I had a solid idea of what I wanted once I got the actual idea, that is. When I first was wanting to do a Halloween drawing, I had no idea what on earth I wanted to draw her in. I didn't, one of the things I don't want to do with the Halloween or the Halloween or holiday drawings in general, mostly Halloween, because Halloween's the one that you actually dress up for, but for the holiday drawing, I don't want to do a specific character, so I wouldn't design the author, me, as like Johnny Depp or something, or I wouldn't design her as the Cheshire Cat, because those are specific properties. I more so want to go with vague ghoul-like characters. So this year, I did a ghost. I wish last year I didn't do a witch. Witch was way too easy. I took that one out on myself way too fast, because I don't even really like the witch design, but this year, I decided to go with a ghost. I was thinking of doing a pirate ghost one, because I thought of a really cute idea. Surprisingly, very difficult to find the type of ghost I was looking for. I didn't want her to be a full-on, like, totally ghost kind of creature. I wanted her to be more of a cutesy spirit. I guess it translated, I think she looks very cute. Some people... I have a bit of a problem when it comes to my drawings, in the sense that I like to draw busty women, I guess you could say, and as soon as I was like, oh, I'm drawing a ghost, I'm like, oh man, I'm drawing her with like a really tight-fitted top so that her chest looks very big. I swear I'm straight, I pinky promise. As for the clouds, I didn't really cloud smoke. I didn't really know what I was going to do with those. But I think it looks really cool. Right now, it looks like it has like a lime green with like this yellowish green over top of it. But that actually changes because I experiment with some of the stuff on the side. I don't even know what to call it. Just, it changes shit. But yeah, here is the most tedious process of drawing, which is maybe in a different application it's different, but when you use the fill tool, there's always space between the lines where the color doesn't reach, and so you have to go back through and recolor over that, and it's so annoying. It's so tedious. If anyone knows how to fix that, please comment below, because every time, every speed paint, every drawing ever, I have to go in and refix it, and I'm such an OCD person, I cannot allow, even if I know nobody's gonna notice it, I can't leave it alone. It really frustrates me. But yeah, I really wanted her to have like her eyes covered, but to have like an expression in the hood that made it look like, originally it was going to be like down over her eyes. The hood was going to be over her eyes and you would just see her mouth. But I think that one of the things that shows that it's the author, the thing that most is telling of the author, is her hair. And it's a short bob cut that is supposed to be squared off. I didn't really do the squared off look in this drawing. I probably should have, but I thought it looked cuter the way that it was. I also changed her hair color. Usually the author has brown hair, and this I gave her purple hair to keep with colors. If, for an educational note, anyone who's interested in character design, I have worked a lot on trying to get better at character design, and yeah, one of the biggest like tips, or a really good thing to use with character design, is color theory. I mean, color theory is so important anyway. All colors have emotions and stuff. That's why purple and green just look so good together. But yeah, I wanted to, one of the things that's very important when it comes to character design is making sure that your colors are not too out there. Like, you don't want to be pairing 50 different colors on one character. That's gonna look kind of messy and disorganized, and the theme on your character is not really going to read as well. So if I was to have thrown in brown for her hair, I feel as though it would have thrown off the drawing a bit. Now, could I have? I probably could have, because really, I only used 4-ish colors on her. Editor's note, I just realized how fucking stupid I was by saying that I could have thrown in brown in there, because no, you fucking can't. If you do that, you would throw off the color balance entirely, and by you, I mean me, because all the colors that are in here are purple, green, and bluish white. So if I had thrown in brown, it would have been the only place that brown would show in the drawing, and there's something called unity. We like to keep unity in our art, so if I threw in brown on her hair, it would have looked very mismatched. It would not have made sense. As of right now, her hair looks completely natural being purple. If I had thrown in brown, it would have looked totally off. So if I had added brown in other places of the drawing, it could have been possible to do that, and by could have, I mean technically you could always throw in whatever colors you want, but character design wise and just overall drawing wise, it would not have made sense to throw brown in, so I am wrong here. If you are trying to draw your own drawings, just because you have only 4 colors doesn't mean you can just throw in new colors to make sure you have more colors, but you want to keep consistency. Thank you. Sorry. If you count the shaded color as color, because I used a very light pale blue for her like ghost cloak, and then I used that lime green on the eyes and on the pumpkin, and I really wasn't sure what color I was going to do on the pumpkin. I originally wanted to do orange, but orange just did not fit in, and then when I did green, I felt like there was just too much green, but I stuck with the green and I like the green now. But yeah, I did green, I did that purple, which is the same purple that's in the background, so I'm pulling colors together. And then I have this very washed out muted blue as the shade, paired with, as you can see here, a much less muted but still dark, not completely fluorescent blue that I think continues. So I really only had 4 or 5 colors, if you're really going to count all the shading colors. Some people might. I personally don't think that shading really counts as a color, but it is. It's a color that's featured in it, so I guess it does count. But yeah, you don't want to have a bunch of colors. I really try to keep it down to 4 main colors on a character. And of course you can, I mean, it depends. If your character is a rainbow themed character, of course you're going to have lots of colors on them. But, for the most part, I've been working a lot on character design. It is one of the things that I really try to stress when it comes to my art and my characters. I love making characters, so through speed paints, I'm going to try my best to explain kind of why I do certain things or what I'm doing. Like with the shading here, there are certain spots that I leave sort of like with a solid line instead of blurring everything. Blurring is something that I've finally learned. A lot of my drawings didn't have blurring before, but I think that blurring makes things look so much smoother. It really does. Some people might not do it. I really love the smooth look. It's so good. That's the second time I've done that. But yeah, I used the solid lines around like the arm areas and a bit on her hair later on to try and give just a more solid appearance to it all. I think it's really good to have diversity in color and character and all of that stuff, so I really have been working on my character design a lot more. Also, you're probably gonna have to get used to this in a lot of my voiceovers, but as you can hear right now, I have birds tweeting and twittering in the background of this video. That is because I have 3 canaries in my room. The only way I could stop the canaries from chitter-chattering in the background would be to move them out of my room, which is not going to happen. Their cages are very heavy. So, in a lot of recordings where I am involved, I suspect you will hear the birds. Of course, if we record at night, it is less so, but yeah. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, is I was really trying to work on something to go behind her. She looked very... I needed something to pull your eye to her. It was so blank back there. It really was... It was too muted. Like, I didn't want to put something too chaotic, because if you put a lot of something in the background, your eye is going to immediately get drawn away from the character, and that's not what you want. However, if you put nothing back there, that also can be a bit distracting, like, why is it so blank back there? And as of right now, the background still looks a bit too much. Like, I settled on this purple jagged looking thing to make it look almost like she's coming out of a portal. And I thought that looked really cool, but even right now, it's just too loud. I tone it down a lot more later, so that is better. Also, this candy. Whew. This candy was annoying. It wasn't so bad because I literally just copy pasted, but I so didn't want to do it. And I couldn't put as much detail in on the candy as I would have wanted to. I wanted to do shading and stuff on it, but it was going to be so much work, and that was not something I wanted to do. And I knew that once I got to the candy throwing bit, it was going to be annoying, so that's why I skipped over to doing the hair right here, which I think the hair turned out pretty cute, like, all things considered. It's not my best work. There's not a whole lot of detail on it, but the hair isn't supposed to be a focal point. I don't think it needs to be focused on too much, so I didn't need to do a lot of detail on it. The hair is very simple. Why would I draw too much attention to it? That's my opinion. Here I am kind of working on the background. I'm realizing it's really loud and it needs distracting, so I turned it down a bit. If you're confused what I mean by loud, it's just, there's a lot of stuff. It's very focused. And so typically where there is a large amount of something, your eyes are going to be drawn to that. And that's why I wanted her to be on a busy-ish background, is to, even though it's quiet, it's subdued in the background, your eyes are still going to be directed right to her center, right to where she is. And so by creating that background, I think, in my opinion, maybe I'm wrong, maybe a better artist will come in and be like, you're crazy. I think that it adds something to the background and brings your eye more to her. These are not Reese's. Don't sue me. Thank you. Product placement not happening. Unless you want to sponsor me, in which case, we'll talk. I'll draw you a great Reese's drawing. Just for you. Here I am trying to add a little more detail to the candy, because as I said, I wanted there to be more candy detail. I really didn't need to, but I think it does add something. So, and I also experimented with some brushes, so I have like stars in here and just bubbles, because I did not feel like drawing all that candy. But I did draw some of the candy, as you can see, like the lollipops and the little, candy corns. My mother loves candy corn. Does anyone like candy corn? Please comment, because I don't like candy corn, and I don't know anyone other than my mother who does. And so I'm just finishing up the drawing here, adding my final details, and with these final details, I want to say, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Happy Halloween! I hope everyone has a lovely evening, or day, or whatever, whenever you watch this. Have a lovely everything. And please subscribe. We are coming back to YouTube. I pinky promise. We are trying our best out here. School is hard. I'm gonna take this moment to shout myself out. I do commissions. Please go check our Discord in the description below, along with our second channel in the description below as well. You can watch my cryatic video. It's very interesting. Please like and please share, and I love you so much. Listen to the Twitters. Goodbye. Mwah!